An exclusive, we chat with Tori Kelly about performing the national anthem at the Kentucky Derby. The 147th Kentucky Derby airs Saturday on NBC, and we spoke exclusively with the two-time Grammy winner about singing the anthem at this year's race.
I'm stoked because I've always wanted to go to the Kentucky Derby, and so the fact that I'm not only going but also getting to sing the national anthem at such a iconic event and historic event, and it's all really exciting.
So are you getting full into it with the hat and the whole nine, or no?
I am. So I feel like it's the Kentucky Derby, you have to, and it would be crazy for me not to fully embrace everything that comes with it. So I actually got to have a fitting with my stylist, and we kind of tried on some different things, and we were getting all excited, and I'm actually getting a custom hat made for the event. So it's such a new, different world, but it's all really fun because it's you get to play dress up and fully get into it.
Do you get to bring anyone or no? Because the other thing we're kind of wondering too, and we've wondered about this with every live event and every award show, who's going to be there, how many people can they have, and obviously the different protocols. But do you get to bring anyone? Do you know of any other celebrities going?
So I don't know who's all going to be there yet. I'm curious myself, but I know that I'm bringing my husband, so he'll be my date. And then, obviously everyone's following all the COVID protocols and everything. So it's a weird, world that we're in right now. So I think everyone's kind of trying to figure it out and make sure everything is safe and good to go. But I am excited I get to bring the hubby along to this one.
You're no stranger to performing the anthem at sporting events, and I've talked to artists, some of whom, have been doing this for decades and decades and decades, and they hate singing the national anthem on national TV at these sporting events. For you, having done it already now so many times, what's the key to a successful anthem performance on television?
That is a really good question. I personally love singing the national anthem. I don't know if it's because I started singing it when I was 9 years old at, local games and stuff growing up. So for me, I just love it. It's very, very fun for me to do. And I love even just keeping it simple and not doing too much, I think is kind of the key as a vocalist who sometimes wants to overdo it and give everything they got. I think there's something about the national anthem that just kind of I think what makes it good is keeping it simple sometimes and just being tasteful with your choices as a singer.
The other part of this that you're not a stranger to is performing on TV in this kind of COVID era that, we're still in and working towards. Of course, we chatted with you right before you performed at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. You got to perform at the tree lighting ceremony at Rock Center as well. So how does that, I guess, factor into it for you as a performer as far as, I guess for this specific event, the protocols that are in place and how you're going to be able to rehearse when you're getting there, all that fun stuff?
Yeah, for me, I'm so grateful to even be getting asked to do these things still, through COVID and everything. It's been a blessing just to be able to continue to sing and perform and make music. So for me, it's kind of just tell me what I need to do. I'll do all the protocols. I want to be safe and everything. And then I just kind of go from there. So it doesn't throw me off too much as far as mental preparation and getting ready for the performance, because I'm just so happy to be there.
The other thing I forgot to ask when it comes to the Derby, have you ever had a mint julep before?
I haven't.
I'm sure you can find a good one at the Derby if that's your thing. And certainly maybe after the performance to celebrate.
I want to just fully get into the whole culture, people need to tell me what to do, and I'm in it.
Let's talk music for a little bit here. We recently got not one, but two collaborations between you and Justin Bieber. I want to talk about Name first, because something that kind of caught my attention on that is, you weren't credited as a co-writer on it, even though you sang on the song. And I thought to myself, knowing you as long as I've known you as an artist, I thought to myself, wow, there really must have been something that grabbed at Tori about that song for her to want to hop on it, even though she didn't take part in writing it. So I guess for you and the song name that you did with Bieber for Justice, for the extended version of it, what about that song kind of drew you to it?
Yeah, that is a good point. I'm not a writer on that song, and I got it sent to me and just fell in love with it. And I was like, there's something about this song. I know John Bellion, who I'm a huge fan of, and did a lot of that album for Justin Bieber. He's a writer on this song, and I was like, of course he is, because I just love his style so much. So basically, it was just kind of like everything aligned. Like I heard the song, Bieber hit me up and was like, hey, would you want to be on my deluxe album? And I was like, sure. Like, what do I need to do? And once I heard the song, I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. Like, I would love to be on this with you. And it's our first time singing together, like on an actual song. So it felt like the right type of song for us to do as our kind of first collab.
You recorded that before you recorded Where Do I Fit In for then the surprise EP that we got on Easter?
Yeah. So I recorded Name, that came out. And everything, by the way, was done right here in this room in my home studio, which is like a huge blessing throughout quarantine too, because I can kind of just like get things done, and it's been really fun to be able to create in here. But yeah, where do I fit in was kind of a similar situation where he hit me up again and was like, hey, I'm putting out this surprise Easter thing. It was very, very last minute. I didn't even know who else was going to be a part of it and everything. It just sounded like it would be super fun. And he sent me that song with just his part on it. And I just kind of wrote a verse real quick and sent it back. And I'm really happy with that one. I'm glad he decided to do just like a surprise project. It's so cool that he's able to just do that. Like, hey, I want to do this. Okay, here you go, world. Like that was cool to be a part of something like that.
Something else that recently happened in the headlines with not just you, but all of the artists managed by Scooter Braun. Of course, Ithaca Holdings and SB Projects was acquired by the South Korean entertainment company that BTS also calls home. And obviously there was a big acquisition and merger there. So I'm just curious, like when something like that happens, I know it's more of like a business type thing, but certainly, all of the artists that Scooter manages, you guys are, especially with you and Bieber and Ariana, you've been with them now for so long. How does it get on your radar? He
called me and was just, he kind of mentioned before, like, this is something that's maybe like in the works, but I didn't really know like what it meant. And then, yeah, he called me when it happened, and it's all really exciting, I think it's nothing but good can come from it. And I'm excited just to see what it means for the company and for all the artists. And it's crazy. No other, I've never heard of another manager to kind of do something like that. So, I'm excited to see what happens through it.
And it's certainly the big thing that everybody gravitates to too is they hear BTS. And, I did a little bit of digging. I was at the Billboard Music Awards. I was the warm-up act in 2019 when you got to meet, you obviously performed at that Billboard Music Awards with Dan and Shay on stage, but then you met BTS backstage. What do you recall about meeting them in 2019?
I remember fangirling pretty hard when I met them, but I also remember thinking it was so crazy that they knew who I was, like that they were fans, and like we had this whole moment, and it was this like mutual fangirl moment, and I was like, wait, you guys are like literally the biggest group in the world, like this doesn't make sense. So they were so sweet, and I'm still like, yo, I'm down to do a song with you guys. Like I would love to collaborate with them. I think they're super talented and just really great people.
All right, well, before we let you go, let's end on this note. What's coming up as far as new music for you?
Yeah, I'm definitely writing in the studio and starting to kind of cook up the next sound. And yeah, I'm stoked. I definitely think it's going to be, you know, something fresh and different than what I've done in the past. So I'm excited for people to hear it.
Well, we certainly look forward to that and looking forward to seeing you on national TV on NBC for the Kentucky Derby. Obviously, it was delayed last year due to COVID-19. Back at its normal slot the first Saturday of May, and it'll be Saturday, May 1st on NBC. Performing the national anthem, Grammy Award winner Tori Kelly. Tori, thank you so much for making time for us, and hope to chat with you soon.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out these other videos from USA Today Entertainment to stay up to date on all of the latest celebrity news.